Voice acting is not easy. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of patience, a lot of time training your voice to not only just do one character or one character type your entire career, but experiment different types of characters, different types of voices in order for you to essentially grow in your career. It takes so much time, so much patience, and it's not easy. It's not just similar to just me standing in front of a microphone and talking and thus I'm a voice actor. No, that's not what a voice actor is. They do a lot of the hard work to provide you a voice for characters that you enjoy in your favorite anime, in your favorite video games, and even more. And it's important to recognize that not everyone can find success as a voice actor. A lot of people try very hard to find out their breakout role. Not everyone can become like a Matt Mercer of the voice actors, or recently a Ben Starr of voice acting. It is very hard. And sometimes you just need that one break and you find success. It's similar to any form of acting or anything in the entertainment industry. In fact, it could apply to any sort of like business or job that you want to essentially grow in. It sometimes takes time and hard work. Sometimes also takes, knowing somebody, but I don't want to get into that. Trust me, I had issues with the whole thing about networking and stuff like that, why networking is a whole thing and why it's more prevalent than knowing what you know. Don't get me started on that, but that's not my point. The point is that voice acting can be very difficult. And when you try to bring voice actors or try to inflate voice acting to the simple debate and argument that has been going on the internet since the 90s, which is basically English dubs versus Japanese dub/subs. Which one is better? If you like Japanese dub, you are the superior person who watches anime in its purest form or play Japanese video games in its purest form. And if you only watch an English dub, you're a normie, you're a tourist. Where you have the English dub who believe that, English dub is far better than the Japanese dub sub, and the only reason you like it is because you don't understand the cadences that go into voice acting in Japanese, or just something else, some sort of other reason to prefer the English dub, right? And it's a constant debate that's just so tiring because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It really does not. You can watch it in any way or play a video game in any way or form you want. And that is what people need to realize, is that if you prefer English dub in your anime and video games, then do it in English dub. If you like in Japanese dub and sub, play it or watch it in Japanese dub and sub. That's all you have to do. You don't have to pit each other against each other. Because at the end of the day, voice actors don't even do that. Voice actors all respect each other in their own field. So it's so weird that we as fans have to put this constant debate. Because at the end of the day, you consume the product however you want. No one else should tell you how to consume a product. And that's how it should all be left at. But sometimes these arguments go into their much more deviant side, a much more shadier side that I think is really harmful towards voice actors. There are times where people will hate like a certain English dub or like a Japanese dub of a certain character that they enjoy, and they attack that voice actor or go after that voice actor in some sort of way on this hate brigade, and it affects the voice actor. Because no one wants to hear harassment. No one wants to see harassment. So why are we harassing voice actors? Right? But this person took it at a different level that I think should be talked about. Because this, at this point, isn't just harming, or harassing voice actors. It goes even more than that, which is removing the actual credits of their work, of the characters that they voice. The things that affect their own livelihood in their own career. So on Twitter, someone came out and said that over on IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database, it's essentially a website that just showcases and gives credits to people who worked on certain anime, TV, movies. It shows you who the voice actor was. It shows you who starred in this film. It shows you who played this character in a video game even. And it just gives you credits on everybody who ever worked on it. And on this website, there are people who can edit and change things. The problem is that it gives too much freedom sometimes to people who want to use it for nefarious purposes. Sure, they might think they're on some sort of like crusade or like some sort of like, brigade that is considered to be, they're fixing the problem or something like that. But no, that's not what this is about. That's not what this person and individual was doing. On IMDb, they have introduced a way to categorize different types of voice acting, specifically for if there's a character that has multiple different languages voiced by multiple different people. And they implemented this new category to put into, these actors, these voice actors, into their respective categories. Unfortunately, IMDb is slowly trying to transition and moving everybody into these categories, but one person decided, oh, they're not doing it, I'm going to handle it myself. The problem comes here then. Instead of doing the thing, IMDb was going to do, which is just move the names over, he decided to delete them. Specifically English voice actors of certain anime and characters that he just really loved and hated seeing that the English voice actor was at the top of the IMDb credit list. And it's just insane to think, like, why are you deleting these credits and not replacing them, not adding them back? What are you doing? So this user essentially just removed the credits, remove that name of the voice actor who provided the voice for, the characters, and just completely remove them away from the credit list. And what do you not understand what that means? It means essentially that this person is harming these voice actors' literal credits. They're literally harming their work, because not only do we use IMDb for just to see, oh, who was that actor in that one movie, or like, oh, I heard this voice before, oh, I can't remember who the voice actor was, let me look up on IMDb and see who the voice actor is. It's not only us that do it. People who work in the industry do. Hiring managers do. People who work for these voice acting companies who provide, the audio engineering to provide the voices for these characters use IMDb to see what the voice actor has done. It is essentially a way for companies to recruit people as well. It is by far such a shitty thing to do, to remove their credits and just completely try to destroy their livelihood, their career, their profession. It's an insane and loony thing to do. Because why? You are so butthurt about the fact that the English dub, or like some sort of English dub, crapped on whatever anime that you enjoyed and crapped on whatever like character that you enjoyed, and they just crapped on it? What are we doing? Obviously, voice actors are pissed off. They're mad about this, and some of them are even like heartbroken, because a lot of them need IMDb. They need those credits so that they can be seen by these companies, by these entertainment companies, to see what kind of work they've done. It's like going to an interview, and on your experience, you have, or you worked on certain projects, and then when the hiring manager tries to verify if you were working on those projects, they find out, oh, you didn't. It's not here. You're not listed on this, thing here, this reputable, site. Then they're gonna think you're lying. You're not gonna get the job. That's what this is causing. They require something like IMDb to provide experience so the hiring managers for these companies can hire them to do voices. It is harming their livelihood. It's just a sad response to the whole Japanese and English dub debate. This argument that just obviously it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, guess what? You can enjoy and consume the product however you want. But harming the voice actors, credits, their livelihood, that is just on a different level, man. And like, this is considered a form of harassment. Honestly, it is, because you're essentially trying to harm someone from doing work. And it doesn't matter how you view this debate. It doesn't matter if you prefer the Japanese dub sub. It's like, you're doing something that is harming them. At the end of the day, just for a petty argument or just something that you dislike. I'm sorry, but that is just really shitty. That is a really shitty thing to do. And I want to talk about it because I want people to know and understand that voice actors, they rely on something like that. They rely on it so heavily for work. And it doesn't matter how much you are so passionate about Japanese dub sub versus English dub debate. It doesn't matter. You do not go and harm someone's like career in any formal way by doing something like removing their credits. You could dislike and maybe even criticize, a voice actor for the way they portrayed a role. That's fine. As long as you don't go and harass them in DMs and tell them to, do some really messed up shit. You could criticize. You don't have to like it. You could watch it in Japanese dub if you don't like the English dub. It's perfectly fine. No one's gonna care. That's why it's so frustrating to see, like, now that you're going out of your way to harm voice actors in this way. It's messed up, man. And I hoped IMDb does fixes all this, because it would be such a shame if they didn't. Because these voice actors are trying very hard to find their breakout role, to advance their careers, to find work, to find job, to support their family, support themselves. It's just messed up all. And this one person, just, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they thought this was like some sort of like cool thing that everybody would agree with. No, it's lame. It's stupid. It's such a stupid thing to do. So hopefully IMDb does fix everything. Like they said, they were planning on migrating everybody into the correct categories at some point. It was just taking a little slow on their part. From my understanding, the guy who did this did try to apologize and said that he'll try his best to, add, them back into the category that they did. But it's kind of hard to say that people can't believe him, because he did delete them. He didn't just he didn't just move them into a different category. He deleted them, which means he would have to literally type in all the credits and all the, things that the voice actor has done. I don't like it when arguments and debates go into this sort of level. If you're a voice actor who noticed that your credits have been taken away from IMDb, NAVA, the National Association of Voice Actors, just posted on Twitter about a email that you could email about your credits and what is missing, and send it to them so that they can get IMDb to fix everything. So definitely use the email if you notice any of your credits taken away from the website. Hopefully everything works out, and hopefully the voice actors get their credits returned. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this video, and see you all in 2026. All right, bye bye everyone.